Michelle Bachelet has since 2018 said that she required unfettered access to facilities in Xinjiang, where China is accused of incarcerating up to 1 million Muslims, including Uyghurs and Uzbeks and Kazakhs. Unfortunately, human rights groups are fairly pessimistic about whether she will actually get to see any real proof of what they characterise as genocide. The 220 groups earlier this month asked Michelle Bachelet not to go ahead with the visit, saying that she risked navigating a propaganda minefield that was laid by Beijing. Beijing does not actually dispute the existence of camps in which Uyghurs and other minorities are incarcerated, but it calls them rather euphemistically vocational education centres. It claims that it is educating minorities at risk to wean them off the dangers of Islamic separatism. Uyghur groups dismiss that. They say that they point to the fact that there are a large number of educated professionals incarcerated in them, so that does not really sit very well with what Beijing is claiming. The United States, for its part, says it is very concerned about Bachelet's visit, that she will probably not get the required access. She will be visiting Xinjiang's two main cities this week, Kashgar and Urumqi.
And Oliver, Michelle Bachelet herself, I mean, she's often been criticised, hasn't she, for not being tough enough on China?
Yeah, Human Rights Watch has said that she's been relatively muted in reaction to China's human rights abuses in Xinjiang and also elsewhere in China, including Hong Kong, over the past few years. Now, we have to remember, of course, that the United Nations is primarily a political body, and you can only really do with whoever you rely upon the cooperation of its members, not all of whom are very forthcoming. And so Michelle Bachelet probably does feel a little bit constrained by having to deal with Beijing. She needs to keep them on side. This is quite similar to the World Health Organization in the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, which was accused of being a little bit too soft on Beijing. Michelle Bachelet has said that her office has prepared a report on Xinjiang, and they said as late as last year that it was within months of being released, but it still is not being released. Washington has called on it to actually issue that. Perhaps it will wait till after its visit this week, Michelle Bachelet's visit. She is going to give a press conference on the 28th of May. Whether we will actually see anything substantial from that, or whether she actually has it already in the report, which she has been delaying till after her visit, we will not know. But certainly human rights groups and Uyghur groups in particular are not very optimistic about much coming from this visit.